He's muted.
Oh, okay.
Gotta get the moneymaker function.
Hey, this is the shirt for it, too.
Alrighty, and here we are, killing the music and taking that off of double screen. Ta-da! We are live. So we are, what, month 2 in lockdown now? I think.
I think you mean like 6.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
But yeah, so season 3, episode 3 of, I was getting ready to say Shadow of the Phoenix. Man, even I'm like missing it right now.
Wow.
Ashland by Night.
Yep. Do not turn this into a Sabat game. Thank you.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah,
okay.
and I would imagine Jess would be too.
Jess probably would.
Yep. So, lots of stuff has been happening, not only behind the scenes in game, but picking up from last game. Lots of stuff going on. So, last roll we recapped. So, there is reasonable doubt, or I should say, some people believe there is reasonable doubt that Colin is not dead and that he crossed over. So, pretty big promises have been made to very important people. And a pretty important meeting is going to be taking place tonight, which is the title of today's episode. What happens in
We're
Vegas?
screwed.
If anybody's wondering why exactly I have the tagline underneath my name on the stream, that was due to a bet from Eric, or I should say against Eric with Missy on his Facebook. So we love you, Eric. Thank you for loaning her to us. But those of you who are watching who may not know Eric, of course plays in our Cyberpunk game as Locke, and he is also a man of many names in the Firefly game. He's Tarby.
Tarby.
All right. So, we wish Todd all the best. I was getting ready to say Locke, but Locke is actually also known as Scooter in Cyberpunk, which he's going to hate all of us several times over for even mentioning that here.
Scoot, scoot.
Yep, scoot, scoot. So, and wish Todd all the best. He is spending time with his kidlets, so more power to him. We're happy. He actually had a chance to do some downtime stuff. So, good old Henri is currently up to no good right now in the back scenes, and we will catch up with him next time. So, where we pick up, it is the start of the next evening. There has been an important plane flight charted for Miriam and Sophie. Thankfully, from Ashland to Vegas, it's not terribly long. Not even like a commercial flight, really.
Not if it's chartered.
Well, I meant as in like big liner or whatnot, where you have to wait in line and whatnot. Nope. So,
Oh, Lord, did we get a puddle jumper?
huh?
Did we get a puddle jumper?
No.
Okay, thank God.
There's no puddles to land in Vegas, unless you plan on like landing somewhere at near New York, or someplace that's got that.
You get airsick as a vampire?
I'm sure you could get motion sickness, but you don't really have anything to come up.
That's what I thought.
So
Rachel,
we will,
you're muted.
oh,
Sorry, I was just going to ask. So you two are going to Vegas to meet up with a lady, right? To
Yeah,
trade
we're
a favor for Colin's whereabouts?
Isabella Giovanni.
Isabel Giovanni, yes.
Sorry, Isabel Giovanni.
We had a matter of business to discuss with Rachel
Before we
the
left.
night before.
Yeah.
And that was
Regarding a gift for the Giovanni.
Right. Mhm.
Did I miss something?
No, I was hoping that we would last evening.
That we could actually play it out before we went on our puddle jumping adventure.
okay. So time
Can we just
wise,
bring it up now?
well, no, time wise, we can definitely do that right now. That you are running the risk of being late.
But this would have been,
No, we would have handled it the night before.
yeah, we wouldn't have done it the same night.
She actually was not available that night because she was not here. So this is the next night. You still have the opportunity to do so. So just as a heads up.
Last game.
Yeah, you weren't here last game.
Yeah, she was. She was.
I was.
So
Was she?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
remember you said you wanted to learn Auspex, and I said I had a different idea for a trade.
Yeah, I remember that. So, yeah. So that's why I'm like confused. Like I was at last game. Like I remember that.
So you can't use
Okay.
that germ. Sorry.
We
We
want
both
to
go
give her,
hand.
we want to give her the book, but we want to
book?
make a copy, the spell book, the Tremere book. But we wanted to make a copy, or like have Doug do it during the day, so you guys can still study it. But
Because we're going to have to give her something huge for the knowledge that she's going to be providing. And we don't have that.
So you're giving her the book as a gift.
a Tremere
Not
spell book.
necessarily a gift, but more as payment.
But you already paid for that, didn't you?
No, I paid for the contact.
Right. We haven't done anything with the Giovanni up in Vegas as of yet.
So is it customary to give a gift to someone like that? So you're saying it's more of a payment.
Damaris, it's payment. It's not a gift. They're not going to give us, even though I'm family, they're not going to give Sophie the information for free at all. And they may not give it to me. So it is better to go with payment in hand, ready to provide, rather than sit there and go, oh, here, Sophie, give her another life boon.
Okay, so basically I have to give up the book in order to learn Auspex from you.
We were going to make a copy of it so that you can still study it.
No, Tom.
Miriam also wanted to study it, and that way it's not really that much of a loss.
Well, I just think it's a little different from having the actual book that was owned by this individual. It's got more, to me, more value as the original than just making a copy of it. I think there's, how do I explain this? Just looking at a copy of stuff doesn't really give you necessarily the insight versus the actual item itself, as far as its history and stuff. But I will, because we're part of this council, I'll go with majority rules on this. So
Uh-oh.
obviously I am against it, so I'll leave it to you guys. I already know I'm outnumbered, but can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, we
Okay.
can.
It was just quiet. It was
Yes,
just quiet all of a
it
sudden.
was.
Add a character side note. We looked it up. There's been an update to rituals. It doesn't cost you any XP to learn them. You just have to learn it in character. So it's obviously like time and gameplay.
Right.
Okay, so I mean, it doesn't sound like I have much of a say here on this. So if you guys want to give it to her, then that's on you guys. Again, silence. Is nobody listening to me? Like nobody's literally responding.
We're trying to figure out any other option to make this not hurt so bad.
Yeah, we'll go with that one. Fact is, Damaris, is that we weren't honestly expecting you to be willing to part with the book.
Don't
was
want to
hoping.
part with it.
I know you don't. That's why we're making a copy. Do your readings tonight before you go to bed. Make sure to set it on the table, please, so Doodlebutt can go make the copies for us. But the fact is, if we want this information, it's something we got to have.
I mean, again, I don't see how I have a choice here.
Like I said, you can do your readings and such tonight.
I would also like to offer you access to Colin's study.
Are you sure he's going to be okay with that?
He will probably not be, but as
What
long
he
as
doesn't know won't hurt him.
you leave things there, I don't see how it could really hurt a whole lot.
Well, I'm not in the habit of stealing stuff.
I'm just saying.
So
When he
Oh,
comes
no.
back, I would like things to be where he left them.
So take a picture of it before you move it or pick it up. Wear gloves. Maybe a hazmat suit.
I don't know what all I'll find in there, but again, I appreciate the
Change.
access.
And of course, I'd be happy to teach you Auspex.
I can teach you potence or fortitude. I can teach you anything I got access to except necromancy. That's just not going to happen.
Well, Port 3 might not be bad.
Okay, we can do that.
No, it's fine. You guys don't necessarily. Technically, this book doesn't really belong to me. It belonged to the Tremere. So
Dead.
and he's dead. And technically, it was in Colin's possession. So.
And we're going to have to use it to get the information to get Colin out from where he's at. If y'all don't cut that shit out, I'm going to kill me some dogs. Sorry, they got the zoomies.
All right. I mean, if it's necessary for payment, then technically it's not Colin's, I guess. So it's not mine, so I guess it's up for grabs.
Thank you, Damaris.
She goes and grabs it from her bag.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to do some copies and stuff and work with Doug on getting it done.
So stuff like this is not usually like copied. It's usually like hand copied, old school.
Right.
If you're obviously you're pressed for time, so you're just going to do the whole Xerox thing Have it taken to like a Kinko's and say, go, go, go.
Pretty much for the fast way, and then
Mm-hmm.
she'll spend the time to get it converted over to an actual book.
Right, for
I'll pay
binding
Doug
and whatnot.
extra. I'll double his salary.
You don't pay him now.
Exactly. Nothing
Oh.
from nothing divided by nothing.
Nothing.
Carry the nothing.
Carry the nothing.
Another one. Well, that's nothing.
Okay. So while the two of you are flying over to Vegas at this point, the next evening, so
We're
Hesperia,
gonna die.
You better not die.
You
Yeah, I don't want
arise. You know at this point that Sophie and Miriam are already heading out. So, like, by the time you're getting up, Sophie is like out the door.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do a just like a perimeter check of the house to see who is there
Okay.
and see if they need anything.
Sure. So the only one
What's
here,
your-
or I should say, the only two that are here right now, you have Doug, who's here, and you have Damaris.
What happened to
Okay.
Susan and Stephanie?
Yeah, Stephanie and
Susan.
what's her name?
All great questions. Let's deal with that in character.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna find Damaris and just say good morning. How are you doing? Do you need anything? How are you feeling?
Good. I know I don't need anything, and I'm bored.
Yeah, me too. I'm like I really feel like we should have maybe gone with Miriam and Sophie.
At least as backup, but I also think that, someone should probably have stayed here too, and, just in case.
Something else happens. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah, I just feel a little out of sorts with them gone, I guess. Where's Doug? I'm gonna go find Doug.
Okay.
He's copying the book.
Well,
Is
by this point, he's actually just putting it together because he could
He
have.
would have done it.
He could
during
have.
the
Yeah,
day.
he would have done it during the day. So he's like
Gotcha.
taking time at this point with hole punches and trying to put it together. He's not very good at this, so he's having to do it very grade schoolish. He's got himself a nice 3-ring binder. He's got
And a
himself some.
ring hole punch.
Yeah, a 3-ring hole punch, and he's got and he did double down on security, and he got those nice little circle tabs that go in between the holes to help secure the hole.
Oh, he didn't get
Very
page-
nice.
He didn't
Nice.
get page. He didn't get sheet covers.
No,
Wow, he
This
is
I
is
hope
going
he's not
old school.
punching through the writing. 'Cause that
That's
would be-
okay. I'm going to be actually copying it by hand into an actual book, because she just likes the way that a book looks as
Yeah.
far as written.
makes sense.
So it's
We
old
need
school.
to buy
her.
her a pretty journal.
Miriam can have the corporate copy.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a corporate copy.
First edition.
Yep.
Second edition, I guess, in this case. Doug.
Oh, hi, Miriam. I'm just got a bit busy
Hesperia.
with the Hesperia.
Yeah, Doug, are you okay? I mean, you're mixing up our names and
I'm used to seeing a lot of print right now. You're lucky I didn't call you Peachy.
no, it's okay. Hey, have you seen Susan and Stephanie? Do you know what's going on with them?
They said something about hanging out with Jill, I think.
Do you know where they're hanging out at?
If I do, am I in trouble?
No, of course not. I was just wondering.
I think I overheard them talking about some haven downtown.
Okay. Thank you. Is that something they told you
Cha-chunk.
not to tell us?
No, I'm trying not to eavesdrop. There's a lot
I
of
mean-
people in the house I don't know. Like that
Doug-
plane guy's come and gone a couple times too.
Doug, you've proved yourself as a very efficient and thorough person. I don't think you need to worry about anything. So stop worrying about overhearing any conversations. If you just hear anything, kind of importance, just let me know, okay?
Okay, sure. I'm just kind of
Okay.
busy. Almost done with the whole bunch if you need it.
No, I don't need to hole punch anything. Thank you, though. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and send a text over to Jill to see if she is okay. So I'm going to ask if she's okay and if she needs anything. And I heard you were at a Haven downtown. Is this are the vampires down there okay, or do they need anything?
Okay. She calls after you send the text. She's like, oh, yeah, I guess I probably should have sent something. Sorry, given the high alert. No, me and the two S's have. You remember me talking about this, right? The Haven you guys put my original group up at. Wasn't really finished, but it's kind of a place.
Yeah.
So we're kind of working on that right now, and just kind of, I don't know, making it look nice and putting some furniture in.
Oh, no, that's totally cool. If you need anything, just let me know and just keep your eyes peeled if you see anything abnormal with everything going on. I just have to tell you, we're still not safe. And I can't say that everything's okay yet.
No, I know. Well, and that's kind of why I was trying to get this place all prepped. I mean, you guys did good about making sure no sunlight could come in, but it's not really livable. So
Gotcha.
I'm just trying to make sure we have extra space, because I know Sophie was at least I thought she was. I think she still is kind of antsy about everybody being there, because it's the only place anybody has, and so I figured it might be a good idea to work on this too.
Yeah, it's probably better that we kind of try to disperse as much as possible so she has her space, or Colin's space, and be respectful of their life together. So I think that's probably a good idea. But just keep me posted, and if you need anything, if you see anything, just give a holler, okay?
Aye, Captain.
Aye, aye.
Or would that be Baron? Is that how that works? Is that what I'm supposed to call you?
No, you can just call me Hess. It's okay, Jill.
I never really got a chance to get into that because of everything going on. Anyways, yeah, so you're busy. I'll make sure this gets taken care of.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Click.
Okay, so being that they're all taken care of, I'm just going to go ahead and, I guess, go back to Doug.
Chunk.
Hey. So has there been any kind of traction on this list of survivors for the Ashland area?
But traction by what do you mean?
Has anybody done anything?
Not that I know of. I've kind of been given several different priorities, and it's getting kind of confusing.
Okay.
He would know that Sophie's been on the phone quite a bit. He was there
okay.
for some of it.
So, Doug, who's the Baron of the Anarchs right now in this area?
You?
Correct.
Do you think you could? Question?
It was not. If you could just prioritize obtaining a list of the survivors for this area, it would be greatly appreciated.
Sure. But you guys don't exactly have a Wikipedia page or something I can track it all down with.
Yeah, can you just write it down on a notepad? Make some phone calls? I think
that's
pretty much
gonna-
everybody knows you, so they'd be pretty comfortable with letting you know if someone was alive or not.
Oh,
Just tell them how to sent you.
well, yeah, but they kind of all canceled our phones, remember?
Shit, I didn't think about that.
Um,
Yeah, that's true.
do you know
But
at
if
least where people were staying? I could always, like, drive by and
I
they
can
wouldn't
give you
suspect me.
yeah, I can give you as much information as I have, but if you can just like do your little detective thing and try and track down some of these fellas, I think that would probably be very helpful for us. I just want to make sure if we need to account for anyone and anyone's needs at this time, being that it's very like, you know, dangerous.
Oh no, I got it. Okay, I'm on it. I'm done with the binder. And he just like hands it off to you.
Oh, it is this book? What is this?
This is I nicknamed it the Xerox Tremere.
Oh, okay. And then I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna go give it to Damaris.
Okay. And so he like, kind of pulls out his laptop at that point, folds it up, and he just like starts typing away and kind of burying himself in computer and networking sort of things to try and think really as to like how he can try and track down vampires that don't have any known leads on them right now.
Doug,
guy.
I have so much faith in you and you're such an intelligent dude. I think you will come up with something and you will make me a spreadsheet with a pivot table and it's gonna be amazing.
Okay. Oh, on that note, there was a big fight in Portland.
I'm assuming something did happen in Portland, but what exactly did you hear?
No, it's like on the news right now.
Wait, turn on the TV then.
Okay, so he like walks away from his laptop and goes into the living room to go turn on the TV. And he turns on the TV, and you see that there's a rather nice looking home, like something. There's a nice home in the posh section of Portland, like currently ablaze. And
Is
the Chiron ticker at the bottom, they're apparently reporting on the blaze at the home, but the Chiron ticker talks about another attack that happened around town, and people are reporting that there was gunfire, and police were responding to multiple assailants at least 2 different locations.
also in Portland?
Also in Portland, yes.
Okay. The house that they show on the news, is this something that Hesperia would recognize? Because she has been
not
Portland.
this one, not this house. Go ahead and roll the go ahead and roll your since you have a chance to stare. Go ahead and roll your intelligence and alertness, because the ticker is just going through like 3 different scenes, just varying degrees each time.
Difficulty 6?
Yeah.
Okay, I have 2 successes, but they're both 10s, and I have a 5 in intelligence. Can I re-roll those?
You sure can.
Okay. So I have 3 successes.
3 successes. So you don't recognize the house, and there's another building you don't recognize. Looks like it was probably some sort of office space of some kind. But the pub you recognize, and it's the Crown.
The Crown. I don't remember that. Is that the one
That's
out of
the
character? Is
Elysium.
that the one we... Oh, okay.
Yeah, you've been there at
Gotcha.
least twice.
Yeah, gotcha. And that's next to the house with the fire.
No, it's not next to it. It's one of the places that they're saying is on fire, and that there were multiple assailants. And in fact, although they're not reporting on it, when you see when you end up seeing the camera like scroll by, and of course they're interviewing the people who are on scene, and you see firefighters in the back trying to put things out. at the one at the Crown at the pub, you actually make out a burning upside down ankh.
At the Crown.
At the Crown.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna text everybody in the coterie
Okay.
with this information, our friends as well. So everyone, Henri and everybody would be included.
Okay.
Like Elysium, Portland's Elysium is on fire, and I'm going to tell them about the Ankh as well. It looks like Society of Leopold. And I'm going to tell specifically Miriam and Sophie, be careful.
Okay. So Samuel, you get that text as well. Where we pick up from you, you've kind of been poking around and obviously keeping up on your end of things and like stuff that we've talked about. You've been poking around the city and trying to get your bearings still, not only from what's happened that you've obviously been a part of, but trying to take stock in what's here, what's not here, get the lay of the land and whatnot. It's been a little difficult for you to get around unimpeded, which is why it's taking you longer, because there's still a heavy police presence in town with everything that's happened. So there's a lot of random checkpoints, mostly disguised as DUI checkpoints. But you've been around this thing enough to know that, the police are probably, poking around for something. If not vampires specifically, then people up to no good. So they're at a heightened state of awareness. But you, as we talked about in side conversation, you had received information on that target of opportunity. Mm-hmm. And you happen to be at a gas station at the edge of Ashland, northern edge, which is near the border of Medford. If you look at the highway on a map, and when you do, because you've been, one of the other things that you were aware of is that there's supposed to be a Sabbat presence in Medford. So one of the other things that you were obviously trying to keep, not directly because you're only one person, but the other thing you're trying to keep tabs on is, okay, is there any vampire presence trying to move from north into here? And so when you stop, you actually spot your target of opportunity at the gas station.
Oh,
This
okay.
You actually see this individual. He does look it looks like he's probably in some sort of what would be business casual now, but it's been beaten up a little bit. They clearly taken some damage. He looks to be probably just barely middle-aged. Nice, well-trimmed haircut. Little must, obviously, because it looks like he's probably been in a fight of some kind or heavy activity. And and there's a lady with him as well. Best way to describe her, she also looks a little ragged and beat up, but think Kate Beckinsale.
Okay.
But not in her like death dealer underworld attire. Look at me, I'm, obviously BDSM with two guns. But she's actually in street clothing, so like jeans, t-shirt, leather jacket, and whatnot.
Okay. What kind of car are they driving? Or do they seem to be in a vehicle? Or
They are, yes. They are fueling up at a they are fueling up at the gas station currently.
okay. Can I tell what the vehicle is, like make, model, anything like that? Or does that matter?
Generic sedan.
Okay.
If you give me a wits and alertness check.
Okay.
And maybe some defining traits about the sedan you might be able to pick up on. Maybe. Difficulty 7.
Okay. Yeah, I am trying to keep a low profile.
Sure.
Okay. 3 successes actually.
Okay. Based on what you can see, and mostly because of your character background, I mean, it would be safe to assume, but you're fairly certain that there's bulletproof glass to the sedan as well.
Okay. So it's generic looking, but it's probably not something that they could just like. It's probably not a car that they dump very
Right.
soon.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm going to jot down the license plate if I can get a glance at that.
Yeah. Why
Okay.
don't you go ahead and now? How are you moving about the gas station?
Okay.
Are you just trying to be casual? Or are you trying to sneak?
I'm gonna start with being casual.
Okay.
Like maybe go, yeah, like start off with like going inside, and then I'm going to, um, yeah, then I'm gonna use, like, especially like if I can sense that they're getting testy, I may try to do some like actual like stealthing, it's like vampire stealthing.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, yeah, because yeah. Do they? I guess they. You said they look. Do they look frantic or do they look like I guess like they're trying to keep it together?
They look like they're in a hurry.
Okay.
So why don't you go ahead and give me a wits and alertness check again, difficulty 7, just because you're trying to not be totally obvious.
Okay. Okay. That is just one success.
Okay.
Okay.
So before they end up taking off into town, you get a partial plate.
Okay. Um. Okay. I have a.
And that's when
I
you
have a.
get that text from Hesperia.
Okay. Um. I'm going to, because I think it would be fun. I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to call the like police, like like an anonymous line,
Okay.
and I'm gonna call in the vehicle and the people, and I'm gonna say that they were acting suspicious at a gas station, and so I think that they might be armed, but I think that the police should probably do something, and I'm going to give them the information that I got.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
No
And then
problem.
yeah, and then I will text back the group, and I'll say, well, I guess if it's text, I don't have to do the voice. But I'll say, like, do you need me to come in? And then once that is done, I'm gonna try to uh, follow that car. I'm gonna try to be discreet about it, but if I start feeling like I've spooked them, I'm gonna turn off. But I'm also gonna, yeah, I'm gonna log all that information that I just got and
Okay.
then send it to my people.
Okay. No problem.
Mhm.
Oh, we can't hear you. Thou art muted.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I'm going to respond to Samuel's text and say, we don't need you to come in right now. Just be careful and keep your eyes peeled and report. And that's it.
Okay. I'll text back, Roger that, Baron, and then I'll continue trying to tail this vehicle.
Okay, and so just to be clear, because we talked about this off stream. Now, did you send your current report to the Dropbox?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. All righty.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mhm.
All right, so why don't you give me a Dex and Drive check, difficulty 7? Not that it's difficult to drive, it's that you're trying to not be super suspicious as you're tailing them.
Yeah. Difficulty 7?
Difficulty 7.
Okay. Oh. I had some good rolls and they got eaten up by ones. I've got 1-7.
1-7.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So, you're driving. They got a little far, obviously, because you tried to get the license plate and then follow. So they got a little far ahead of you, but you managed to catch up. You obviously had to speed to kind of make your way there and weave in and out of traffic a little bit to catch up. You are just now passing the sign on the highway that says, Ashland next, right? As you're coming into town, you are probably now that you think about it, you're probably a touch too close. As you're driving, and when that happens, you end up seeing that car explode, like into a ball of flame right in front of you. So first things first, you need to give me a Roshrek check.
Okay. What is that roll?
That is your courage. It is active flame and explosion, so we're going to say it's a difficulty 8, even giving you benefit of the doubt that it's not like directly on you, but you're heading right at it.
Yeah. Man. The film on a Michael Bay movie. I got no successes. Yeah.
All right. So here's what happens. So you have fortitude, right?
No. No, I don't.
Ooh,
Not this vampire.
Why don't you go ahead and roll your stamina?
Okay. The stamina's not bad. I just need the dice gods to be on my side tonight. Okay, what's the difficulty?
It's always going to be 6.
Okay, just 1.
What? Ooh, okay. So
Yeah, not great.
You're rolling like Sophie.
the explosion rips out. So not only did you weren't ready for the flash. Obviously, that would have been enough to make somebody go like, "Oh crap," and like jerk the wheel. But it was that flame. It's that sudden burst of flame, and maybe you flashed back to the fighting that you've just recently been in or whatnot, and you were just a bit too close. You let go of the wheel, and you throw yourself right the hell out of that moving vehicle that's going 70 right now. And I mean, you just Dukes of Hazzard it right out, hit the ground, and you start taking, road rash at this point, as you're just rolling down the unceremoniously down the highway. Oops. Okay, so there's that. Hold on a second. And you got a 1. You have taken 3 lethal damage.
Okay.
So not good, but healable, so not terribly bad. As you hit the ground, and your momentum is actually taking you into the flaming ball of whatever was this vehicle. Give me a dexterity, and I'm gonna let you roll in this because you got your stats in front of you. Go ahead and roll your dexterity and dodge, difficulty 7, because you're actually kind of flip-flopping, rolling on the freeway towards this thing.
Okay, my sheet doesn't have dodge on it.
Oh, sorry, athletics.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, V20 uses athletics now in place of dodge.
Okay, that is just 1 again.
Okay.
All my good dice are being devoured by 1s.
All right, so you flap, and like narrowly roll out of the way of this flaming wreck sort of thing, but it's right there, and you're like screaming at this point, and you're just physically like your hands are almost bleeding as you embed your hands like into the asphalt to pull yourself up and get away from this, because I mean, this is a fear frenzy. You're fearing for your life. You have no thought other than get the hell out of here. And then that's when traffic catches up. Ooh, okay. Roll your stamina again.
Oh man, this gas station trick. This gas station trip is gonna kill me.
Your face.
You'll be the only one to have to make 3 characters.
Okay, so stamina and what? Or
Just
stamina?
stamina.
Just stamina? Okay. Man, that's another one. Just one success.
I'll have the record know I am not forcing him to roll ones.
No, I'm rolling tens and nines, but like there's just the other dice. They're mad at me.
so you,
Yeah.
so you know, you get up and you start to like throw. I mean, just literally the only you're not you don't care about what's around you. You don't care if there's trees. You don't care if there's ground. It's just there's fire. You're in frenzy. You've got to haul ass, and like a wounded animal on the road, the car ends up clipping you with its right side. So like your lower hip gets, gets smacked, and you get at least the momentum takes you off to the shoulder at this point, because you get like hit and fly, like basically somebody hit a deer.
Mhm.
And you got a 1. So you take not bad. Okay, only another 2 lethal. As you are sent flying off to the shoulder at this, and that car slams into the burning wreck and actually pushes it, a little bit further away. But as soon as soon as you've got your feet under you, you're just booking it. You run up that embankment and into the trees, and by the time you've finally gotten yourself together, which you're like limping at this point, trying to run as quickly as you can, you're standing in front of a restaurant called the Big Kahuna. And you're just like you're leaning against the like those newsstands that have like the freebie newspapers and magazines and whatnot that are at it, and you're trying to get yourself together, and you just feel your body on fire, even with breath, as the cold night air was like racing in your lungs as you just tried to get the hell away from this burning vehicle.
I just wrote I got messed up in all caps in my notes. Um, okay, so I'm at the Big Kahuna. Okay. Am I in view of anybody? Is there anybody around?
There's a couple people at the restaurant itself, that are just like sitting outside, in in the outside section with the seats or whatnot. They weren't paying attention to you so much as they heard the explosion and the flame coming from the freeway not too far away, and they're kind of looking at you now because you came running from the freeway with like a panicked look, and you finally gotten yourself together. But they don't seem to be correlating the two.
Okay. Do I have my? Because I imagine. Well, so do I have my phone on me? Do I have any of my equipment?
Do you know what? Let's check. Your phone, odd or even?
Uh, let's do even.
Even. Okay. So you have your phone. It has a crack in it, from
Okay.
where you decide to unceremoniously bail from your vehicle. Your equipment, however, was in the car.
Damn. Okay. Um.
So your equipment may be salvageable. You have no idea really what happened to your car outside of the fact it's probably wrecked because you let it go all by itself.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna need to. Uh. Okay. Dang. Okay, yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna head out of view, and I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna head out of view of the people, and then I'm going to. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna use some vampire stealth stuff. Uh, yeah, because I don't want to be seen right now, and I want to
So,
start
and you
heading
have
back.
obfuscate?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, again, it doesn't fully look like they're paying attention to you so much as what's going on. So you could probably sneak back behind the restaurant, drop obfuscate, and limp away if you need to.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. How much blood do
You're starting off at
so?
full, -1 for any ghouls that you might maintain, and minus an additional 1 for any feeding restrictions that you might have.
Okay. I don't have any feeding restrictions, so I'm going to. Yeah, so I'm gonna like limp off into the woods to where like I can't be seen. I'm gonna. How long does it take to? Because right now I'm at mauled. I want to at
You're in
least
the
get up
city.
to in.
You're in the city proper at this point. You're not in combat, so you can spend as much blood as you need to heal. But you could easily like duck behind dumpsters or something if you needed to.
Yeah, I want to get out of view, and then I'm gonna spend enough to yeah at least get up to injured. So like that's two 2 points of blood.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and then once I've like sort of gotten myself back together, I'm gonna try to head back and see if I can salvage my car, or at least get my stuff out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Ugh.
you go walking down the hill, and at this point, there's the flashing lights, and there's a fire truck, pulled down there, and they're examining it. And there's this fire coming out. You see that your car is actually upside down on like it must have hit something and then rolled, like rolled in air, hit the top, and then skid the rest of the way to eventually a stop. Um, the engine is still running. So I mean, you still hear it going like, but I mean, there's like people. They're starting to put down cones at this point, so you can sneak down there. It will be. It's not impossible, but it will be a task, even with obfuscate, to try and get in and out without being seen.
Okay.
And what level obfuscate do you have?
I've got it at level 3.
Okay, so yes.
So, um, yeah, so even with unseen presence, yeah, like yeah, like even with unseen presence, I probably couldn't. Um, yeah, I probably, I'm a smart fellow. The stuff that I have in there, like the phone's the important one. I can't
Mm-hmm.
lose that. The equipment, the weapons and stuff, I can stand to
You
lose.
can replace those.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm gonna just head back to the big Kahuna. I'm
Okay.
gonna Mask of a Thousand Faces to look like not as hurt as I am, even though like my clothing is shredded, and I'm just gonna
Oh, you're healed. You are good. The only thing about you that looks off is your clothing, really.
okay, yeah, all right. So then I will yeah, I'm gonna I guess call in a like a lift and just like have them take me to where because yeah without a car and I've got to secure another vehicle
Mm-hmm.
but yeah I'll call a lift and then I'll go try and take care of that like while the night is still young. um I yeah, and with the target's car on fire, that's probably not something I want to get any closer to. I've yeah, I've learned my lesson. I will message my people, and you know what? I'll take a picture of the car on fire.
Okay.
Wait, that's probably a bad idea. Is it like I would know a vampire? Yeah, that's probably a bad idea. I'll message my contacts and say that the car is, yeah, the car exploded. Um, I didn't see what happened to the targets, but presumed dead. But and then I'm gonna go about my night trying to get my, because I'm assuming, do I have my, because I would have been wearing my armor, but the pistol, like my weapons, my pistols, my tasers, I'll have to
Yeah.
re-get. But
Yeah, you'll have to replace those.
okay, that's what resources are for.
Yep.
So, yeah. Oh, good thing nobody saw that. Oh man, that was bad. Oh, oh, I miss Remus.
So, Hesperia and Damaris, there is a pounding at the door.
Who knocks like that?
Either somebody that's in a hurry or in trouble.
Please.
I don't think the bad guys are gonna knock like that though. So I'm gonna go to the door and look through the hole. Who is it?
I'm gonna run over and like grab like a knife or something and be prepared.
Okay, sure. When you look through the peephole, it's Kyrene.
Gosh. Okay. I open the door.
So she, and she just comes, rushing in, and she's like, and then she pauses. She's like, "Where's Colin? Where's Sophie?"
That's a complicated question. Sophie has a meeting. Colin also has a meeting in another dimension somewhere, we think. What's going on?
Meetings?
Yeah.
Okay, just whatever. Portland was attacked.
I know. We just saw it on the news.
Yeah.
Wait, for a second time?
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
Okay.
you. Okay, yeah. I
No,
guess everybody's phone was turned off or something.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. No. Shit. Okay, no. So Iris and her group managed to overthrow Eamon, and it became a praxis attempt, and they took control of Portland, and something, and that was like, I don't know, within like the past 2 weeks or so. And then tonight, all hell broke loose as the Sabbat came into town, and they just damn near murdered everybody.
Jesus. Oh, sorry. Wow. What the fuck is going on over there?
I don't know. I just know that Eamon seemed to know what was coming, and he was on his way here. Last I checked.
Okay, so where you think you don't know where Eamon is, but he's somewhere on the way to Ashland.
That's what he was supposed to be doing. Yeah.
Why did Iris and her whoever she had behind her decide to stage a coup at this time? Is she working with the ATF or the Society of Leopold? Do you think that's a possibility?
Oh. Jesus, you guys don't know?
No, what?
Clearly not. No, what?
No, I'm sorry. I don't know who knows what anymore because the whole lines of communication have been okay. Let me
Decimated. I
We're
understand.
still recovering.
Tell us from the beginning. Don't assume we know anything.
Okay,
Just
okay.
tell us what happened.
Okay. So, let me see. Where should I start? Okay, so when everything started to hit the no shit. Okay, so you know how somebody managed to know where all your havens were?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was entirely convenient for them.
Right. And do you remember when you guys found Kreia dead in the city? A while back, you guys told me that you found her dead in the like on the highway, and somebody like executed her, and somebody was covering it up.
The guy that got out of
Oh,
the car, and yes, I
Right.
I
okay.
remember that vividly.
Sorry, I
Okay.
forgot her name.
Yeah. No. No. So Kreia, Kreia has always wanted a strong Camarilla in the in Portland, and she wasn't happy with what happened with Eamon, even though he was doing a good job. Iris was mad that she didn't get it, and she had been butting heads the whole time with Eamon and causing all kinds of problems. The Ventru stood on the fence. The only ones who really supported him were the Bruja, and it was a log jam for a long time. So when Echo became Lila and she joined the Sabbat, they used it against Eamon and said that he was helping to protect a sect defector. And that was all they needed to start the Praxis attempt. We didn't find out till later that Iris had quietly been pulling in Tremere support from outside the city and had a Tremere who could scry as well. And they've spent the rest of the time plotting their moves, and we didn't find out until later that they had been leaking that information to mortal hunters.
Oh my goodness.
Kreia got wind of it, couldn't stand for it, and that was why she showed up in Ashland. She was
So that's
trying
why
to
she got
warn you,
torched.
but they moved faster. All it took was one scry to find out where she was, place an anonymous call or whatever it is they're doing, however they have that connection, and that's all the hunters needed.
I always knew Iris was a piece of shit.
And you can see how having the ability to scry can be a dangerous tool for everybody else.
No, absolutely. Your gift, Damaris, is
Jesus. Don't advertise it because that could be bad.
no, absolutely. I can see that. That's
Okay.
But they had been keeping the whole city literally in like a police state, because it didn't take much for this Tremere to wake up, scry, find people, get dirt, and manipulate and or quietly off somebody when they didn't realize it. They basically had a daylight boot squad that could erase somebody without anybody really noticing it. I don't know fully what happened with the whole hunter thing. Maybe they bit off more than they could chew, or this was some sort of end goal. I just know that when everything popped off down here at Ashland, that's when they did the practice attempt. And I think that they did it specifically to keep you all busy and worried about your own things, so you couldn't help Eamon, because you were the only other wild card he could have called to come in to help.
I don't care what Iris thinks. She thinks whatever she thought she was doing by contacting a mortal hunter, or if that got out of hand. That's ridiculous. And she needs to be.
She dead?
Oh, yeah, that was her haven that made the news.
Good. She deserves it.
Good.
They killed her gangland style, so I'm not going to shed any tears there.
Not at all.
What a twat.
Does the Sabbat own that area now, or what's? Are they still there?
No, they left. That's the weird thing.
They left. Do you know where they were from?
I don't. I've been too busy running. I'm sorry, that doesn't exactly sound very brave, but I don't know if they still have people that can scry, and I'm not sitting still for very long until I can figure that out.
I honestly don't blame you. this has all been a bit much. So I understand your need for self-preservation.
I mean, I know my house up there is going to be fine. It's just a matter of, they figured out where I live. So even though they can't really watch me, they can always send somebody there. And yeah, I don't really want that.
What happened to Eamon?
I don't know. I was supposed to meet him down here, and
He was coming to Ashland?
yeah, he was done with the Camarilla. He was going to
escaping.
defect.
Okay. I'm gonna go grab my bowl and some
Yeah.
water and go sit down.
Okay.
If you could scry for him, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and see if I can find him via like phone something. I'm gonna call as many people as I can to see if we can find a contact number for Eamon at this time.
Okay.
Well,
So
phones are down, remember?
Hmm?
Aren't phones down?
They are, but our original phones are down.
Yes.
But some people have gotten a hold of like temporary phones or
burner
intermediate
phones and
phones.
whatnot.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Burner phones.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna hit the tree to see if we can find a contact for Eamon.
Okay. And Damaris, why don't you go ahead and roll your intelligence and occult?
Yep.
You've got his name, so that's really all you need.
I thought I met him before too.
Mhm.
So
You have.
Well, for successful scrying, you need either their actual name or like an item of theirs.
7,
So that's the other fun thing about that. It's dangerously easy to do.
Gotcha. Difficulty 6.
Yes.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have 1, 10, 6, 7.
7. Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
So well, again, it's like a whew, sort of thing, like right in on a location. You are looking at the remains of a burning car on the side of a freeway.
Is there a body inside?
Well, you see a lot of flame.
Can I see the outline of a body in the car?
Not through the flame.
Can I? How big is the flame? Like, can I get closer without freaking myself out?
Oh yeah.
I know it's not real.
Yeah. No, you can. It's not going to trigger your Rosh Shrek. That would be hilarious.
That would be terrible.
And then she just throws the water and runs. What the hell?
I did that with the ring.
Yeah. So you get in and you see it's hard to say. You see seats and you see a steering wheel. You see what appeared to be like a suitcase in the back that's on fire.
The thing is that even if it was just, if it was him there, I'd be able to, I pinpoints to where he is at.
Mm-hmm.
So if he wasn't in that car, I'd be looking at something different.
Correct.
So, is there any ambulance or fire truck coming?
Yeah, there's actually a fire truck that's already there, and they're like hosing that down, and you see that they're examining. You see that they're examining vehicles, and in fact, give me since you're looking, give me a perception and alertness check, difficulty 7.
And where's my perception at? Oh, okay. Difficulty 7.
Yes.
2 plus a 10, 2.
Okay. You're almost 100% certain, but for some reason you see Samuel's car upside down, like a little ways away, like it slid.
I'm gonna look for Samuel.
Okay.
Can I switch gears like that? I mean,
Yeah,
because
you can.
he should not be.
But you'll have to roll again for intelligence and occult.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. 1, 2, 3, and I have 2 10s. 4.
Okay. You see him at a Hertz rental where it looks like he is buying a used car.
Think that's a little suspicious that Samuel's car is flipped upside down next to where Amos's car is.
Amen.
Sorry.
That's
Amon's
okay.
car is. And she's saying that out loud, like as she's looking. That's weird.
Does Samuel know Eamon? Do you know? I
didn't
don't know
think
very much about
so.
him. I just met him the once.
I have no idea. I didn't think so. I mean, because
Was he tan?
I have no idea, to be perfectly honest, which is a bad thing. But if for some reason Amos's car is in flames, and frankly, I think Amos is dead. Because my scrying wouldn't. If he was alive, it would go to where he was actually at, and in this case, it went to a burning car, which means that he's in that car.
And burning?
And burning and dead because the fire department's there and they've put out the flames. So there's nothing left of it. But Samuel's car is flipped upside down across a couple lanes on the same freeway. And he is at a dealership right now buying a car or renting. I don't know what he's doing, but why is he there and Amos is dead? Amon, sorry.
I'm at this point, Hess is just like, what the fuck? And then I'm just going to pick up my phone and I'm going to call Samuel because I have his contact information.
And Kyrene's like, who the hell is Samuel? And,
He's some.
What is this that Amon's dead?
When I scry, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I don't know. I'm trying to call Samuel now. Damaris, if you can explain to Kyrene what's going on.
Yeah. So here's the deal with scrying.
She knows.
I can find
she knows how to
specific
scry.
people. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot.
No, you would actually know that because remember, you guys communicate with one another like that occasionally.
That's right. Sorry, I forgot. Brain fart. So yeah, so you know that when I look for someone that it goes to where they are, and it went straight to where his burning vehicle was.
Jesus Christ. That means that they still have some sort of contingency force here.
I mean, clearly, I just.
What do you mean contingency? Like a second attack?
Like a second wave.
Or more hunters.
With the onslaught that we saw at the building, the ATF building we went to, I honestly, if we could think about it, I would expect some sort of second wave if they were that organized.
I need names of these people so I can find them.
So we can kill them.
That too.
And so hold that thought. So the plane is touching down in Vegas.
Okay, here we go.
The captain has stepped off the plane at this point, and the small crew that has accompanied the plane has taken whatever little baggage that you have with you and set it down at the end of the staircase coming off of the plane. And there is one person waiting nearby, near the hangar. He's got he has a white shirt, black slacks on, nice like wingtip type shoes, and he's constantly fidgeting with his nose. Not digging, fidgeting.
Yeah, I got that, but still. Do I recognize this person?
Hmm.
Okay.
It's got hair slicked back, probably with gel or something like that.
He's a Goomba. She descends the stairs.
Is this one of your people?
Probably.
They were expecting us, right?
Yes. And so she descends the stairs and looks at him. And you are?
Oh, hey, you, Miriam Giovanni?
I am.
Good to meet you. Paulo, I'm here to take you to, Isabel.
Okay, thank you very much.
How you doing, ma'am?
Is that to me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Good evening. Thank you for coming.
Oh, yeah, it's no problem. No problem at all. It's first time to Vegas? Just kind of walks with you guys. And so,
Have
not
you
talkers,
been
huh? That's
sniffing
quite all
coke?
right. Huh?
Have you been sniffing coke?
I might have did a little party line there once or twice.
Are you okay to drive?
Sure. Shit, it's not like alcohol.
So you were sent by your Donna to pick up another Donna,
D-
and you're
Donna?
sniffing coke.
Donna? Don't you be saying that about Slow-Mo.
Oh, sorry.
He's
That
that
was my bad, Jerome.
but that was your slip of
That-
lip. So he's
yeah,
like he's
sorry.
he's not
Sorry.
down with the
No. My apologies. I was thinking of Isabel and whatever. Sorry, my apologies. I know Shlomo is the Don. But you have been sent as a representative for the family to pick up another Donna. And you deemed it intelligent to sniff coke.
So do you need me to get your bags or are you good?
Yes, you will get the bags. Is there anyone else with you?
So I've got a guy waiting out by the car.
Come on, Sophie. She just turns around and walks away, leaves him to grab the bags.
Okay. So he picks up the bags and starts walking.
I'm just gonna follow Miriam. Try and not panic.
So there's a nice limo out there waiting for you. A guy hanging out in the front, dressed like a chauffeur.
Okay, so he's not driving. Good.
Beefier looking guy though, but dressed like a chauffeur.
Okay.
Pops the back trunk and throws what little baggage that you have into the back.
I stand by the car and wait.
The driver comes and opens up the door.
Thank you. Sophie? She lets her get in first.
Okay.
And then follows her in, has a seat.
So the Paulo steps in, sits down, and they drive off. It is a nice tour of the strip. It does take a little while, because it is by vehicle, obviously. The guy, while he's sitting there, he ends up taking a little bottle of some kind of liquid, squirts it into a water bottle, and does one of those, shakes it up sort of thing, and then chugs it.
It's like my water drops.
So you passing by, the bright lights and people all over the walkways and the traffic and whatnot. I mean, it is very ritzy. If I know, Rebecca, you haven't been to Vegas, but you guys have seen pictures of Vegas, I'm sure. Have you been, Brittany?
Sophie, I've been,
Okay.
but Sophie's never been outside of the Northwest.
Right. So this is her first time outside of the Northwest. Bum, bum, bum. But they come pulling into a really nice hotel and casino, bright lights and everything kind of rolling down. One second.
I think I like your place better. This is just too much.
Thank you. I kind of like my place better too. This is just very ostentatious.
It's a little kitschy, not gonna lie.
Well,
So you guys have pulled into the Mandalay Bay.
I forgot what that one looks like.
okay, I need to look. I was about to say,
Yeah,
I need to see what that
You
looks
can
like.
Google it. And so the guy gets out. He gets your bags. And the driver, of course,
The one with the fountain.
drives off. I believe so. Yes.
There- There's a monorail station there.
Very nice. Yeah, this one's not terrible.
Oh, it's not ostentatious at all, with its golden mirrored windows over the whole
I
damn
mean-
building.
It doesn't look like a circus exactly. So
Like circus.
hey, Brittany
Oh
loves the place. They have
Out of
great-
out of character, could you imagine Sophie staying at the Excalibur?
I don't know. As pretty as this building is at night, because I'm looking at a picture of it at night. As pretty as it is with it at night, I'm surprised Jerome didn't make a roll.
I mean, the night is young.
Not give him a minute.
So,
It's pretty cool looking.
so there's a guy waiting out front as Paulo, approaches. He is in a nice suit, similar kind of swept back hair, but he's got some jewelry on his hands and whatnot. But looks a little bit more refined, kind of placing his hand on his stomach to keep the shirt looking nice. Ladies, am I to take it you? And he looks directly at Miriam, and he says, "Donna Miriam."
Yes.
That must make you Miss Darrow.
Darrow, yes.
So welcome to the Mandalay Bay. If you
Thank
two
you.
ladies will just follow me,
Thank you.
you can call me Robert. So he walks in with you guys. Paulo is kind of following behind, giving you a little bit of a tour of the hotel, and casino. Not obviously like a grand tour, but like pointing some things out as you guys are passing by. It's evident that he either spends a lot of time here or he may be like a chief of operations or something, official here. But he walks you back further into the hotel to a conference room. Not one of the big ones. It's not really needed. But the conference room itself, probably for a mid-sized group, it has two people standing out front currently, all dressed, real nice suits and whatnot, respectable looking. And as he walks up and he motions to the two guys, and Paulo takes the bags with him.
I'm sorry, I'm writing some notes down real quick. Please hold.
That's fine. And Robert opens the door to allow you in. When you enter, there is a nice long conference table that's there. It's got obviously the conference setup and everything, and It has a monitor up in the back in case anybody needs to do video conferencing. Obviously, it's not going to be needed here. There is a rolling tray off to one side with some goblets available, like little. Well, I shouldn't say goblets, but wine glasses. There is a container. There's two containers there. One is clearly water. The other is brackish in color.
It's dirty water?
No, brackish in color. Didn't say it was dirty water. If it was dirty water, I would have illustrated like hairs and foreign objects and nastiness and whatnot. If you would like to go up and inspect it, you may, since you're making a noticeable face.
Me and you both are going, oh God, why is that water grayish color? Fuck it.
Go smell it. See what
Yeah,
see what it smells like.
I just look over at Sophie and go, I gotta find out. So she walks up, pours a little bit in the glass. She's not gonna sniff it in the pitcher. That's just rude.
So it's thick.
Or-
It's thick. It's more thick when it comes out. Consistency with blood.
She sniffs of it and then looks over at Robert. What is this?
You don't drink blood.
Not that looks like this. You have someone that does seasoning?
For sake of argument, let's just say we do.
Do I
I'm
really
gonna-
know?
I'm gonna go over and smell it, and I'm gonna use heightened senses.
Sure.
She'll take a small sip just to see what it tastes like.
Okay.
Great.
So Sophie sniffs. You detect the faint smell, obviously blood, but you detect the faint smell of some chemicals in it. Not like strong, like, industrial chemicals or whatnot, but something you would think somebody probably drank a lot of, perhaps carbonated beverage of some kind. Miriam, when you take a drink
Tastes
or a
like
sip,
soda.
no, actually not soda.
Beer?
No.
Okay, I'll stop guessing and let you explain. Sorry.
There's a bit of a jolt to it, not like electricity or whatnot, but a little bit of a kick, and it's tasting almost like whoever coughed up this blood or was trained for it was probably addicted to energy drinks.
Whew. Okay. It's like Red Bull.
Very interesting.
Oh yeah, and whoever drank it, what are y'all doing? Mainlining them this shit? Oh,
Probably did not. It can't be healthy.
no. Do you see what color this blood is? That ain't normal. It ain't
Very
normal at
interesting.
all. Okay. Thank you, Robert. I'm feeling a bit of a buzz just from that sip, I think.
Well, you're awake,
Yeah.
and that is clearly the intention of it. It is Vegas, after all.
Right. Okay. So
I guess the city that never sleeps is New York. Never mind.
she walks over and has a seat at one of the tables and to wait for Belle to arrive.
And do
Sophie's
you do the
also
same?
gonna-
Okay. And within about 5 minutes or so of the two of you sitting down someplace at the table, a woman comes walking in, probably in her, hold on one second, I think, oops. I want to say she's in her. She looks like she's in her late 20s. Let's see. Doesn't really say. So probably. Okay, no, it does. So probably late 20s, early 30s. Very obviously very attractive, but she has paler skin. One that would denote probably somebody not as flush with humanity, but obviously not terrible. So I mean, you would only really recognize that because you're vampires. She walks in. She's very well dressed in a very nice pinstripe business dress with a coat, which she takes off and hands to one of the other individuals that's in here. So in total, you have three other Giovanni of some kind or whatnot in the room. And she turns to Robert and she says, "Robert, would you tell your boss Shlomo that my guests are here, and we are not to be disturbed." And he says, "Yes, ma'am. You want us to wait outside? That would be good. I will be fine." And so he motions to the other two individuals to wait outside with him. And she sits down at the head of the table and gently folds her hands together and then looks to the two of you. And you are muted, Rebecca.
Okay. Of course she rises when she walks in, but she'll look at her, and she'll sit down after she does. Thank you for agreeing to meet with us. I am Miriam, and this is my comrade, Sophie.
Pleasure to meet you, ma'am.
Comrade. That's quaint. So
My friend, my associate.
very well. So how can I help the two of you ladies?
It has come to our attention that you may have information that can assist us with retrieving a friend from the Shadowlands.
You're trying to retrieve a wraith.
No. A friend of ours, we believe, used Tremere magic to cross into the Shadowlands.
That's a bit peculiar. It's not exactly something the Tremere are known for.
He is a mage.
Sorcerer.
Whatever. Sorcerer. Tomato. They're both human and they do magic. He's
Out
a
of character,
sorcerer.
there are no mages in this particular world. I don't use the mage or spheres or whatnot. It's all hedge magic produced by humans.
Okay. Thank
Good
you
to
for
know.
clarifying. Yeah, because there is a mage game. So, all right, sorcerer. So he is a human sorcerer. She just kind of looks over at Sophie and then looks back. And we believe he has used his knowledge along with the Tremere magics, along possibly with the power given to him by a lot of angry wraiths in an area that we were beginning to start cleaning out, and now it's empty.
and he is not on this earthly plane, and he has been scried for, and there is no body, as in physically no body.
Hmm.
And we were told you may be able to assist.
Perhaps I'm a. I'm a little shocked as to why we're assisting somebody outside the family. Could you clarify that for me, Miriam?
Yes, that is a very reasonable question. Sophie is my friend,
Mm-hmm.
and she has assisted me even recently after attacks from the Inquisition on our city. I feel it is the right thing to do with assist her finding her fiance. And I would lots rather it be from someone I know is going to deal with her honestly than send her to those that would not.
Hmm. I can understand your reasoning. It's still highly unorthodox, especially given how I received this particular request. Sophie, humor me. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm not that remarkable, really. Um, but I care about our city and the folks in it. And this person has also done a great deal
Mm-hmm.
and helps to protect the city. And I'm here just to find out if there's any way that he might still be alive and could be recovered from this place.
So I asked you to tell me about you, and you reiterate something for the city, and that this person is somehow valuable to the two of you.
What else would you like to know?
About you, Sophie, consider where the request came from.
Um, I'm a violinist. I have a talent agency. Um,
Hmm.
if you're talking about Isadora, she is a
Oh, I'm
clanmate and
I am
and
familiar
colleague
with
of mine.
Isadora.
Yes, I know you are because obviously she's the one who put us in contact with you. Um, she is something of ours too, of mine specifically.
let's just say that Sophie is unusual among the average Toreador.
Hmm. Okay. So now obviously it is within my power to uh, do what it is that you're looking to do. It's not common, um,
That is understandable.
but it's possible. I'm curious as to how the two of you plan on payment.
Okay, out of character. Who's holding on to the book? Does Sophie have it or does Miriam have it?
It's up to
I would
you.
think so.
It's
I
up
would
to you
think
two. It doesn't really
Sophie
matter.
would.
Sure. We'll
Okay.
say I have it.
Okay.
Are you going to give me the signal?
She just looks over at her like, and?
I'm going to pull out the book and present it to her and
Mhm.
say, this was in my fiance's possession. It belonged to the Tremere that added to the spell. We thought you might be interested.
So, okay, so let me stop real quick. So the individual that you're trying to save that's important to this city and that the both of you are concerned about is also your fiance?
Yes, I just said that a moment ago as well.
Yes.
Hmm. I didn't think we did that sort of thing. Far be it from me to judge.
As I said, Sophie is unique.
And this is a Tremere spellbook.
Yes.
That's what we believe. I'm afraid the magic aspect is beyond me. So
From what I have seen, it was the Tremere's notes and different spell aspects within the book from what I saw.
So she
Damaris would have explained that to you guys, that it was a spell book from the Tremere. That's why she didn't want anybody else to have it.
Mhm.
Okay, then yes, it is a Tremere spell book.
so she taps her fingers on the cover and she says, do you mind?"
yours if you want it.
So she
If you
starts,
were
kind of just not really too committal. She's just kind of taking her fingers gently and brushing over, a few of the pages, just taking quick glances at it. So, if I'm to understand this correctly, then you wish to barter this up for help so you can cross over then.
getting there and back with him.
Oh, well, I'm not assisting with you getting in there and doing anything. We're only speaking about how you get in and you getting yourself out.
Okay, if that's what it takes. This is important to her, therefore it is important to me.
Uh, may I call you Sophie?
As you like.
Sophie, would you give Miriam and I just a moment, please?
Certainly. I get up and
Don't leave me!
I get up and let myself
Oh.
out.
Fuck. I'm going to the principal's office. Okay, I'll take it like a big girl. Just bend over. She waits until Sophie's out and
She says, Miriam,
yes.
you seem tied to this woman rather closely.
Hmm.
If someone were to probe, they're not going to find any transmission of blood anywhere.
No.
Would you care to roll manipulation and subterfuge? Because that is a lie.
'Cause it's not between
Actually,
her, it's Sophie and
it-
Damaris.
It has been long enough that the vinculum would be out of her system.
It takes over a year.
Does it?
Yes.
Fuck! I wouldn't have said that because I thought, okay. Uh, okay, fuck it.
It's Isidore's fault.
It is Isidore's
Well,
fault.
it's actually our fault, but
Fucking bitch. You said manipulation and subterfuge?
Manipulation and subterfuge.
I'm blowing a willpower for this shit. This
Okay.
is family. I can't fuck this up.
what if you
Please
just said
dice.
yes?
I could die.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. 4. He's probably got more.
Okay, so she gives you a look. Mm-hmm.
Fact is, where I live, Isabel, I don't have a lot of family there. And I do have to rely on the anarchs of the area for assistance and help from time to time. And it is better to keep those that are willing to assist and
Mhm.
let me deal with my family issues as they will, and they deal with their anarch state issues as they will. But we have a very good working relationship. And honestly, without them, I would be dead. So this
Is
is
is is that a fact?
considering the fact that we have the Inquisition in our town, and Malcolm is in Venice. I've got a Wraith, Quan, and a handful of mortal family. I don't have a whole lot of family up there.
Hmm.
And with the Inquisition in town, yes, I do believe the Inquisition could have easily killed me had it not been for them. Don't get me wrong, the family is
She holds her
greatly
hand
as
up. Do you know anything of my reputation or what it is that I do for the family?
no, I do not.
Okay, then I will grant you that. I was not aware of just how much involvement you've had with the family since your ascent to the proxy kiss. When Uncle Augustus, I'm sure you know who he is, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so when Uncle Augustus needs something from the Camarilla, let's say he needs to speak to somebody or raise their attention, he sends me.
You're the liaison.
I act often by myself to not only the Sabbat, but to the Camarilla as well. So I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but your comments that you don't have the help and that you are super reliant upon the anarchs, they're falling upon deaf ears. I do sympathize that you were apparently so underpowered in this area. So I will of course help rectify that because this is a known Giovanni holding. We'll make sure that you have the reinforcements that you need.
It is appreciated.
I was under the misunderstanding that you were in control and it was not Malcolm's sway that held everything in place. So
It's
I'll
not.
I'll be speaking with Malcolm as well. But you
It
also
is.
need to understand your sire, which I know you've been given some updates. I'm certain that you're not completely in the dark there.
No.
But there are questions to his allegiance and the fact that he is seeking a sect to join and leaving the family. You'll understand this when I say that your bartering on behalf of these individuals is making you look suspect. Be that as it may, I am still willing to help. I do not hold you directly accountable to the actions of your sire.
He makes his own decisions.
He
I am
does.
simply helping a friend.
Your actions are beginning to mirror his. Keep that in mind.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, there's also the little matter of the discussion of what we can do with those outside the family. I trust that we're not going to have this type of conversation again with any ranking members of the family and outsiders, because that is
No.
not good.
And I do understand that. I
And could you
was
could you refresh my memory? Because again, I don't know you on such a personal level. To what mastery do you have of necromancy?
I got the fourth dot, Jerome.
So a description of what path
Yes.
at the fourth dot?
Yeah.
So what path?
Oh, what path? Sorry.
Should be
I bought it.
sepulcher, right?
Yeah, I bought it after last game when we got
Mm-hmm.
the quarantine.
No, I understand,
So
but it is sepulcher, correct?
it is
Okay.
sepulcher. Yes.
Okay.
I don't have anybody else to learn any other ones from.
You don't need anybody else to learn the other ones from. You can do that yourself. It's rituals that you may need help with.
Well, that's what I'm meaning. I don't know any other I have no one to learn rituals from. So
That may be sufficient. I can prepare a written ritual for you that you will need to commit to memory so that you can breach the shroud between this land and the Shadowlands and apparently assist in this individual's retrieval.
Right.
I don't think I need to overstate the fact that should this particular ritual fall in anyone else's hands outside of yours, it would mean your execution.
I would put it to memory and burn the original. That's something I would keep
And I
down.
will be keeping the book. Of
course.
Your friend is, you're saying council, so I'm assuming that's not Camarilla.
No.
They're anarchs. They understand the concept of a boon. Very well. Would you fetch your friend, please, for me, so we can conclude this transaction?
Yes. So she walks over to the door and opens it and calls Sophie back in.
I'm going to do a little aura perception just to read the room.
Okay.
Who are you reading?
The room.
She said the room, so she's checking to see if the walls are trying to warn her.
Oh, look, there's 3 wraiths over in the corner.
I got a lot of writing on this.
And they're happy to see us.
The perks of being a wallflower.
3.
3. I think it would be fair to say that in Miriam, you see a bit of fright, anxiety, and a bit of uncertainty. Okay, maybe a little bit of anger too if she's throwing that in there. So you see several swirling colors in her. You see a lot of calm from Isabella, but some irritation.
Well, an absence of other things is probably a good sign. I'm gonna
Sophie, would you
if,
please
if
have
we're
a seat
sitting
for
down
us?
again, I'll take a seat.
And then she motions Robert in. She says, "Would you get everybody a glass, please?" And she actually pulls into a bag that she has with her, and it is a skull that she holds upside down.
So the jaw is right side up.
There is no jaw.
Ah, it's just open.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The cavity.
And he pours drinks of blood for everybody. Pours some of the blood into the skull itself. She says, "Sophie, you were very lucky to have such a very endearing and loyal friend, such as Miriam. She is willing to go to great risks to help this fiance and to know personal cost to her." And she looks directly at Miriam.
Did you say at no personal cost?
Yeah, well, at no extreme personal cost, meaning you're going out on a limb.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
And she says, and so as I understand it, despite the fact that you are an anarch, you do understand the system of boons, correct?
Yes.
So you will owe me a favor. And at some point, I will call that in. I will, of course, give you an advance warning. I'm not uncouth, and I will not just show up on your doorstep. You have nothing to worry about there.
May
But-
I ask what level of favor?
Oh, being very specific. This will be a major boon. I'm not interested in taking your life, but there may be something valuable that you have in exchange at a later date that I may be interested in.
Understood.
And of course, this book, which looks a touch juvenile, but perhaps it'll make for some light bed reading.
As
And-
I said, you're more than welcome to it.
And I will present the method in which your dear Miriam can assist you with. And before she holds her cup up to hold up to a toast, she looks Sophie dead in the eyes and she says, "Now, should we find that there was any blood exchange between the two of you that could have perhaps manipulated this situation a bit to any degree, we may have to revisit this at a later date, but Miriam assures me that that's not the case."
See,
So then, if you are not opposed to you're not opposed to the deal, she holds her glass up, or well, her skull up. Salute.
Sophie will take a drink.
Okay. You were provided cups, obviously.
Right.
Yeah. So she takes a drink directly from the skull.
She drinks from the glass.
And sets it down on the table. It has enough of a indentation on it that it can actually sit free form, like an actual, almost kind of like a bowl.
Took a little off the top.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
they
that.
shaved the bone down just a little bit. That or the person just really had a flat head. Which I've seen some people with some really weird shaped heads.
Too many pile drivers.
Oh, yeah.
Or like Jerome's friend growing up, they called him Lop Top.
Oh,
Oh no.
yeah, that's not a conversation for
Look like
the stream,
Gumby.
but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. So, she says, with that, I will have that made available to you by tomorrow night, Miriam, and sent to you.
Thank you.
I'm very grateful.
We will make sure that your kindness is not wasted.
It never is, but I understand what you're meaning. Ladies, if you'll excuse me, I have a energetic Jew to entertain.
She does kind of laugh. I can't help it. I had to laugh at that. Quite understandable. Thank you for your time.
So she nods politely, and with that, Robert actually says, he's like, yeah, the Shlomo is like on its way down, and she just kind of goes, you know, follows out like she's putting out fires or dealing with things, with somebody else already.
So she just looks at Robert. Are we staying the night here until she's able to provide me the information that she said she would get to me, or is she sending it to me up in Ashland?
No, ma'am. My understanding is she's going to be sending it to you in Ashland, but there's a Mr. Montrose to see the two of you. He's waiting out in the lobby.
Montrose?
Yes, he's the Nosferatu sheriff of the city, ma'am.
Lead the way.
And so he walks out with.
Quick slam the rest of this drink.
She's gonna walk out there going, "How you doing? How you doing?" Because she's so jittery on the Red Bull.
I mean, it wasn't all. Wait, there was regular blood, right?
No,
Yes. Well, it's got
it's
got
Red Bull or
energy
water.
drink in there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right then.
No, it's blood. You would not be able to drink red blood. You would not be
No,
able to
but
drink.
it's red. It's Red
Was
Bull
there
blood, basically.
was there
No,
non?
there's no regular blood.
Right.
Okay, then I wouldn't slam it. Never
Okay.
mind.
Okay, so we follow Robert out.
All right. So you are off on your way to meet the sheriff. Those of you who are in Ashland, so you're left off making a phone call.
I don't remember. Who was I calling?
I believe you're calling Samuel.
That's
Oh,
right. I
yeah.
was calling Samuel.
So Samuel, you are there finishing up your transaction to get a used car from Hertz Rental, one of their fleet, cars that they're passing off. When your phone rings, beep 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 beep.
That must be an installed ring. But yeah,
That's my
I
phone.
will. Yeah, like if I'll step outside. Like I guess is all the paperwork done, or
I'm sorry, what was that?
is all the paperwork done for the car
Yes.
thing? Like is it already?
Yeah, you've got it all
Okay.
finalized. It was pretty quick.
Okay, then yeah, I'll get the keys. I'll go.
You had the
to
resources,
car.
so it's not like you had to finance it or anything.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll get the keys, go to the car, and I'll answer the phone call.
Okay.
Mr. Samuel.
Miss Barron, how can I help you?
Thank you for taking my call. You could help me by illuminating a few things for me. Why exactly is your car overturned on the freeway? Not too far away from a Camarilla Prince?
Camarilla. Okay, so I was right then.
What do you mean
So-
you were right? And can you just start from the beginning and tell me exactly what happened? I'm going to put him on speakerphone so Damaris can hear too.
Sure thing. So, in my free time, because I am very new to this city, I have been trying to figure out what the vampire presence is, especially because I have no idea what any of this shadow boyfriend stuff is. So I'm trying to get a lay of the land if I'm going to be living in this city. And so my travels took me to the edge of Ashland, where I happened to see what I thought was the Prince of Portland gassing up his car with a lady friend. I decided that I wanted to follow them because after getting your message about the burning and the destruction of Ashland, I wanted to see, or not Ashland, of Portland. I wanted to see what he was doing here and where he was going. Unfortunately for me, and as well as him as well, his car exploded on the highway, and uh, well, let's just say I ate shit. I dove out of my car and it flipped over on the side of the highway, and I I am in what I imagine to be the most elegant Kia, trying to figure out how I'm gonna uh, rearm myself because I lost all pretty much all my equipment in that whole thing. Uh, yeah, I was there. I can tell you definitely his car exploded. I have no idea how it happened, but yeah.
It but with the explosion, it I'm assuming it seemed intentional. Is that correct?
I mean,
I've never seen a car explode before.
I can only assume it was intentional. He was gassing it up at this gas station. I have no idea what set it off, or it must have been something, but uh, it didn't look like the car was on fire. It just looked a little bit dinged up, but it definitely was packing. It had a bulletproof glass for the windows.
You mentioned that he was with a lady friend. Was this person familiar, or do you have any description? What did she look like?
I've never met either of them. But I will say that she looked a bit like what's the lady from the movie with the vampires and the werewolves? Not the one with the sparkles, the one with the leather and the bullets. She looked like the main lady from that one.
The
But
leather and the bullets. Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, she's real cute.
yeah.
Oh, that would be Underworld with Kate Beckinsale. It's got like
Thanks,
5
Doug.
movies, I think.
Doug, you watch a lot of movies.
I'm here hustling again. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, Doug. Thank you for your input. I appreciate it.
Okay, still working.
Okay, thank you.
So his car just exploded, and how did your car end up flipped though? Did I miss? Were you fired upon or something, or?
No, I was closer to the car than I would have liked. If I had known it was gonna explode, I would have kept a couple of car lengths back. But unfortunately, the sudden explosion triggered my beast, and I felt the need to uh, alleviate myself of my
Oh.
car and also a bunch of my skin. So yeah. So my
Alleviate
yeah.
myself in my skin.
So my car is it decided to continue on without me, but it did not get very far. I attempted to recover it, but by the time I had gathered myself, there was already uh, ambulances, police vehicles, all that nonsense. So I just decided it was better to hoof it.
I mean, understandably, are you okay?
My pride is definitely hurt more than any other. The rest of me can heal with time.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, not my proudest moment. No.
Do you need anything? Are you going to come
I
back, or are you continuing to Portland?
uh I was not heading to Portland. No,
You were just following them?
I was I'm so like I'm trying to figure out who is still here I don't know how many vampires, I don't know what allegiances there are, so as a person whose face is not well known here, I thought it would be best for me to figure that out before people start to recognize me. I was on the edge of Ashland when I saw the prince gassing up his car, and he was heading in to Ashland. So I did my best to follow him, but something else I guess was following him because his car done exploded.
You thought that he was the prince. That's kind of a big deal. Why didn't you call us?
I mean, didn't seem pertinent. I also was not sure necessarily that it was him. Plus, also, I didn't know where he was going. I wanted to at least have more of a better idea of where he was headed before I let you all know. If, for example, if he was on his way to be meeting up with some Inquisition types, I thought it would be better to let you know once I had saw him make contact.
I get it.
I get it too. Just stay safe, keep your head down, Samuel, and if you need a place to stay, let us know. Just be very careful. The reason we found you is because we had some other intel. So just watch yourself and keep us updated. If you are going to go follow anyone and you need some backup, I'm sure one of us would be willing to help too.
Maybe
sure.
just tell me because I can probably follow along with you. Not physically, but in a visual sense.
I appreciate it, and I do apologize for if I overstepped my boundaries. I didn't want to burden any of you with this like little project I've got going on.
No
Not a
apologies.
burden. It's just more so because of everybody's on edge right now. If you're following somebody that's not familiar to you, obviously in this town, I would ask that you at least give us a call and say, hey, do you know who this person is, maybe, and describe them, or at least give us a heads up what you're doing, because we don't know any better. When I saw his car in flames and then your car flipped next to it, you can imagine that some of the
How
worst thoughts would come to my mind without actually knowing what you were doing in the first place.
right? And I appreciate you giving me the benefit of the doubt to at least give me a call to figure out why I was there. Because yeah, that I could see how that would be not that how that would be a bit suspicious. But I can promise you that if I had anything to do with that, I definitely would not have been right behind the car that caught on fire. That I can give you that much.
I believe you.
Samuel, I don't like throwing my title around or anything like that, but if you want to follow somebody and it's of benefit to myself, if you let me know, I will put my name behind it. And should anything befall you, I would be happy to take some of that off of your shoulders. So please make sure to keep me updated.
Thank you. I do appreciate that.
That being said, we need to find out what happened to Eamon and if we can confirm if there is some sort of a body in this vehicle.
Jerome,
Damaris,
did I see a cross in the car?
No, you did not.
Damaris, do you think Miriam's available for me to text her? Do you think right now is a good time? Are you able to maybe scry and see if I could? I'm very worried about her meeting with the.
I'm gonna be honest with you. She is meeting with a Giovanni at the moment in Vegas, and they have ways, I'm sure, of knowing if I'm gonna be spying on them or not.
That's probably true.
So I would rather you just maybe call her.
So I am going to go ahead and just pick up the phone and call Miriam.
She gets put immediately to. Nope, she gets one of those instant things back of I'm in a meeting, I'll text you later kind of thing.
Okay.
Auto reply.
Yeah, an auto reply. Yeah.
Do I out of character, do I happen to have the contact information, or would I be able to contact it was your police chief, right?
Yeah.
That's public
Would,
knowledge.
would he speak with me?
You'd have to find out. Again,
Yeah.
great question that you want to resolve in character.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and send him a text since I can't get a hold of her. I am going to also send her a text as well. Hey, something's going on. Need some info when you get a second. ER 911, and then just go ahead and send that. And then I'm going to send a text or a message to her contact and say, hi, how are you doing? Just looking for some information on a recent event, if you might be able to help me. Question mark, please give me a call if so, or feel free to text back. And then
Okay.
I'm going to send
All righty.
just very non-threatening, very like, if you can't help me, then please disregard and forget about me entirely.
And in this whole time, Kyrene's still been there. She's been kind of to herself and pacing nervously because of everything that's been going on and not fully understanding it, just kind of in her own mind at this point. So Samuel, you have gotten your car. You've gotten everything together. Where are you? Well, I should say what little you have. What are you planning on doing? Because you don't really have a haven per se.
Yeah. I want to. I need to rearm myself. So I'd like to uh, see if there's a place where I can get some some pistols. Like I don't imagine that like the silencers will be easy to come by, but yeah, I would like to at least get some sort of protection just because I'm gonna feel naked without anything.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mhm.
So as you find a store, now keep in mind this is a world of darkness, so many stores they're not just your, or I should say not many stores, but like obvious targets, which would be firearm stores. They're not just your typical like storefront. It's going to be reinforced and everything, so you can't just like do an immediate smash and grab and from the window pane, haha, take weapons and run away. It's more secure. But you get in there maybe 45 minutes before closing, to go in and purchase some weapons. And it's older looking store. It's got weapons, up on the back and the racks. It's got, glass case with pistols lying out in the front. It's about 2 miles from where you were at.
Okay.
Cross town, and it is near the southern portion of Ashland by now.
Okay. Yeah. So I've got 2 dots and resources. Is that enough for me to procure just like handguns, some ammo?
You can easily get yourself a heavy pistol with ammo.
Okay.
So generic heavy pistol, we can always define that a little bit later on. But I mean, pretty much everything falls under light pistol, heavy pistol, so on and so forth. But
Okay.
as you're finishing up the transaction,
Mm-hmm.
the chime goes off again. That beep beep as somebody comes walking in. The guy who comes walking in is probably 6 foot range. And in fact, there's that little chart that sits like on the side that you can tell like when somebody walks in how tall the person was who held the place up
Yeah.
as they're running out, sort of thing. So he's probably almost 6'7".
Okay.
Width wise, he almost takes up the door frame. So I mean, he's a biggin. Very pale skin, very
Okay.
very red hair. He has blue markings, like almost tattoos, all over his face and body. And he happens to be wearing what appears to be some sort of tattered kilt.
I know who it is.
He actually has wet earth still on him.
Wet earth.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's like looking around. The guy at that point is immediately nervous because it's not like people who literally have dirt hanging off them and are almost naked come walking into a store like this.
I know who it is
And,
too.
and he has boots on, obviously, but they're like beat up and worn as well. And he steps forward and he's like looking around at everything that's in here, kind of looking at the lights. Then he looks to you specifically, and then takes one hand and pushes you off to the side.
Okay. Do I have my guns and stuff at that point?
Yeah, I mean you've already completed the transaction.
Okay.
And he looks to the shopkeeper and he says something to him in a language you don't understand. Very low, kind of guttural, and the guy's like, "Hey, we only speak English here. Sorry, my Spanish is a little broken." He said, and he looks at him and he sneers and he's like, "English."
I think I do know who this is, but it's not who I thought it was originally.
And he leans in close and he reaches out with his hand to the guy and bites so hard on the guy's neck that his head literally just goes and falls off, and blood like bifurcated at the neck easily. Blood is like starting to spray and he's drinking.
Okay, I am going to take my purchase and I'm gonna go. Yeah, I don't know, I see this happen, and I'm like, yeah, I think I've put my nose in enough stink piles for now. So I'm gonna head outside, and I'm going to, like, as soon as uh, I'm out of like eye shot of this dude, I'm gonna use unseen presence to get hidden,
Okay,
and
so
then I'm gonna try to make.
what is your? You haven't used any willpower yet. So what is your active willpower?
4.
Really?
Is that low? What is my willpower?
Ooh.
That is super low.
Okay.
How is
Well, actually, it's
willpower
not terrible.
counted?
Okay, so as you are booking it, you've had enough craziness for the day at this point. You've had exploding car, you've had, road rash that you've already healed. You've had to replace that. You've got to get stuff you got to, do over. You've had a weirdness with the call. Now, undead, whatever the hell he is, comes walking in for literally no reason and pulls a Terminator and bites this guy's neck clean off without even a care that there's cameras in this damn place. And you hear him say, "Come." And you're just like, "Root." And you turn around and walk right back to him.
Shit.
And he's got just blood everywhere down like the front of his body, and that, he just tosses the body. He just tosses the body behind the store to the guy, and he looks at you and he says, "English."
I do speak English, yes.
And so he looks at you and he starts sniffing. "Damaris."
Yep, I know who it is.
I say, do you know Damaris?
And so he shows you his fangs at this point.
Okay, I think.
Damaris.
I say, understood. Do you have a name that I can use to refer to them?
And so he stands up like fully at this point. Partly probably because he's straightening himself out and letting his bones pop, but it's intimidating as fuck. I mean, he's just primal, and he's as nasty as he is wide. I mean, he's truly just kind of a terrifying sight. And he says, "Meat, you may call me Adam."
Adam. Wait, did he call me meat?
Yes.
Okay. Right. And so this is George, but like, do would Samuel have any idea what this guy is? Like, George is thinking he's some kind of werewolf.
Well,
Because like,
you could take a stab. Do you have awareness?
I do.
Wits and awareness. Give it a roll. Difficulty 7.
Okay, wits. This is my wits, and this is my awareness. Okay. What's the difficulty?
7.
7? Nothing. I have no idea what this guy is.
All right. Yeah.
How the ones are just killing me tonight. I had, but yeah.
Do you know? Do you know what I think it is? On an out of character side note, you know what I think it is?
I didn't dress up.
You are playing in Brittany's position currently on the stream
Oh,
because of the way it came in, and
Don't
Brittany
blame this on me.
and Brittany is actually
I didn't touch his dice.
and Brittany is at the far end of the. So if you look at the stream, you're actually where Brittany is usually at, and Brittany's all the way over where Todd's at normally.
So
I just thought it's not my fault for once.
so it's like a feng shui thing.
It may be. It may be.
I mean,
We'll have to get her to roll some in order to test that theory.
You gotta learn how to talk to him. I mean, I still haven't figured it out, but maybe you can.
But I'll say like I can call them. Is that do you need to speak with her? Yeah. Maybe I should just.
He points to your car.
Oh. Do you? I guess he wants me to take him, or I'll be like, do you want the car? And I'll get like hand the key.
So he picks you up literally by the scruff of your neck, and he starts walking you out to the vehicle.
I do the cat thing where I just like go limp on the side.
Okay, which is perfect. So and he opens the door and like throws you into the seat, and he walks around, and he like opens the door and he looks at it, and even just looking at it, like, he understands the concept obviously of a seat, and this thing goes places, but beyond that, he's looking at it like, the hell. And he just sits down, and he's like, I mean, first of all, he's like, in there, and almost like Hightower from Police Academy, at this point, in the small little compact car. And he's like pushing, the leather that you've got for the interior and whatnot, just like looking at it with, it boggles him why somebody would decorate the inside of a vehicle with leather. It's obviously not armor of any kind.
Yeah. I don't know if I like, part of me is like, I want to make like small talk just to like get this guy like, I'm cool, but like I'll like adjust the seat, I guess, and try to like get it to like slide back to where he can like maybe fit.
So he looks alarmed at you, like he's like, I'm like, literally he's already got claws out, but when you start doing that, and but he realizes, because you hit the automatic button, you don't have to actually reach over there. You just hit the thing, it's like moving back, and he realizes you're just adjusting the seat. And so he just puts his palm on his knee, so you can see that there's claws still out, but he doesn't strike you with them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say I apologize. I'm trying to make this as comfortable for you as I can.
Name.
Samuel.
Go.
Is he in the car with me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn the car on and go, because I have no, like, all right.
All right.
Yeah. Is there any way that I can like sneak them or I can like because if this dude doesn't know anything about the the car or about the car, like is it believable that he wouldn't know anything about a phone?
I mean, it's clear he understands the concept of the car, so he
Okay.
probably understand a concept of a phone,
Mhm.
but not like enough to use it.
Okay. I was thinking maybe if it would. Do I want to try this? I was thinking maybe like I could try to like sleight of hand uh call Hesperia back and then just like have the phone like on while we're driving and then just be
Yeah,
like so
you could sure try
yeah
that.
just like okay.
Yeah,
I'll probably get my
give me a dexterity, and you don't really. Do you have larceny?
I yeah I do. Oh god. All right. Can you like move my picture to like a different spot like from your chair?
I've got both my fingers crossed for you.
Okay. All right, come on, please. What's the difficulty?
6.
6? Okay, I got 2 successes. Can I burn a willpower? Is that
You
something
have
I
to do that
can?
before you rolled.
Oh, dang. Okay. Well, so I 2 then.
Okay.
Also, by the way, I totally forgot about willpower when I was going through all that car stuff.
Well, it's probably a good thing because you only had 4.
Oh, okay.
But so Hesperia's phone starts going off.
I'm gonna go and pick it up.
Pick up.
Samuel?
So yeah, I've just got it in my pocket, and I'm just like, so Mr. Adam, if I may ask, how do you know uh Damaris?
I'm gonna hear that and I'm gonna put the phone on mute on my side and I'm gonna put on speakerphone. Damaris, get over here. I think something's happening.
What
This is really
now? Oh my god.
Samuel just called me. He's not talking to me. It sounds like he butt dialed me, but he's talking to someone named Adam and they're asking about you.
Um, Can
Adam.
I mean, I know out of character who this is, but can I roll to see if I remember in character the name and why he's asking for me?
Sure. You don't remember out of character?
No, I remember. This is Killian Sire, the one I was supposed to be looking for.
Yep.
So I know, but okay. Wait, Adam. Oh my god, Adam.
Who's Adam?
Uh, um, do I remember if he's Sabat or not?
You know that he predates both sects.
Okay. Oh, he's a big deal.
Kareen's still in
He's
the room, isn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
Kareem.
pacing.
I'm gonna look at Kareem. Adam's here. Like, look at her like,
Oh,
Adam.
shit.
Will you guys tell me who Adam is anyway?
My sire.
Yeah.
Oh.
My grandsire, technically.
Oh.
He's extremely old. Like, older than the sect old. Can't pronounce today.
He's older than that too.
He's old as dirt. And
Dirt looks at him and says, "Damn, you're old."
Is he angry with you? Is that why he's asking about
No.
you? Is this a problem?
He's
Is there
He
some sort
was
of
asleep.
etiquette that I need to assign to?
Oh, and she starts doing like math in her head. She says, "Okay, are any of you opposed to finding somebody to embrace and feed it to him?"
what?
Damaris,
Wait, is that what he eats?
He's old enough that he's probably going to need to start eating vampires.
Oh. Um,
We don't have
I don't
like
have
enemies
anybody.
here, like on ice or something.
I don't think so. Do
Crap.
we?
I don't know.
No.
I haven't been here in quite a while. I'm asking.
Okay,
And
so
I'm gonna yell at Doug. Doug,
Yeah, not here hustling.
do we have anybody we hate on ice?
But what? No, not that I'm aware of.
Can
I'm
we
trying
do
to
that?
catalog other vampires right now.
Oh no, you go back to that. Thank you. I was just asking.
okay.
Is that something else I need to catalog?
No, don't worry about it
Uh,
for now. Thanks,
no,
thanks, Doug.
but
Okay.
if
You're doing
he's
a
with
great job.
Sam, if he's with Sam, he's on his way here now. So we got to do this quick because he's gonna be hungry because he literally probably just rose up.
Why does he want you?
Because I'm the one that's supposed to basically kind of acclimate him to this generation.
It's a long story.
Oh.
It's kind of a family thing. We can
Yeah.
fill you in once we get done with the immediate emergency.
Well, that makes a little bit more sense. So let's go find somebody. Can he have a bum?
I
It's
don't
not going to
think
matter. Yeah,
he
it's
does
just
it as long as it's a vampire.
Does it matter who embraces him?
no.
This
Nope.
person?
He ain't picky.
Okay, let's just go find some refuse by the highway.
Okay.
Can you?
So-
You can't text Sam because he's driving, so
Right.
never mind.
So we'll deal with that in just a second. Hesperia, what is your humanity?
My humanity.
Oh God, you're not gonna be able to do this, are you?
Is it a 4?
Oh gosh.
That's wanton murder. It will cost you a willpower point if you want to, or not a willpower, but a humanity if you're going to do it. If you're going to force
Yep.
yourself to do it, you'll have to drop it.
I'll do it.
Okay. Wow, taking one for the team. Look at that leadership.
Yep.
Yeah. To be honest, it's probably necessary that you're a little bit desensitized.
So I
because-
will deal with that in just a few. And Samuel, you are driving, speaking to a very guttural individual who doesn't speak very good English and actually seems to disdain it.
I'll after I see that he doesn't really like talking, I'll just stop talking. I'm not going to be like a Lyft driver or an Uber driver. Like,
Yeah.
so what are you doing in town? Like,
Yeah, you don't have to worry about a tip from him. You're good.
I think the tip will be if I get to walk away from this.
I'm sure you will.
So, those of you who are in Vegas, so you walk out to the lobby. There is an individual standing out there. He is in just average-looking guy, typical street clothes. Just got a shirt, a pair of jeans, has kind of a leather jacket on. Again, he's got kind of bushy hair, but again, he could be anybody, really.
Throw up some awe, just as a matter of course.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and roll?
I want this to go smoothly. And I got a bunch of 1s. Okay.
Of course you did.
Sure you want to switch places now?
Okay, so I got a couple of 10s, but I also got a couple of 1s.
Okay.
Do the
Cancel.
1s cancel out before I re-roll?
No.
Yes.
No.
No?
No.
I
they do
re-roll
not.
first?
You will
Yes.
re-roll, yes.
Okay.
I
Order
thought
of
they always
operation.
canceled.
If you have tens, you'll still get the chance to roll.
It just
Okay.
cancels successes in general at the end of it.
2.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Okay, so you did manage to pull off 2 successes. Okay.
Yes.
So you come walking up, and he just gives kind of a.
That's fine.
He says, "Lady Darrow."
What was his name again?
Montrose.
Montrose. Mr. Montrose, good evening.
Nice to make your acquaintance, ma'am. And Miss Giovanni.
Sheriff?
See, I figured I'd had that right. All you Giovanni's got the same last name, just about. I got a car waiting for the two of you. If you'll just follow me, please.
4?
You need to make your presentation before the prince.
I am not Camarilla. I came to see family.
Oh, so you are refusing to see the prince of the city?
I'm not that stupid.
So then what are we doing?
I'm trying to figure out why the prince is trying to enforce Camarilla rule on someone that is independent. I guess I should have formed it as better as a question.
Well, my question is, are you refusing to see the prince? That's really all I've got to settle here at this point. I got to keep a schedule. 'Cause if that's the case, he can take it up with Shlomo, and they can deal with it.
Of course I'm not. Let us be on our way.
Good, good. Less problems, less drama. Thank you. So, ladies,
Lead the way.
takes you over to, it's not a limo, but it is a very nice sedan. And
Take it in.
drives you over to another hotel and casino. Across the way. This one's one of the stations. I think it's Santa Fe.
Oh, okay.
So you go, same sort of setup, glamour, glitz. You get parked out front nearby, not too far away. They walk you into another conference room. This one, however, actually has more people in it. And by people, I mean vampires. It's pretty obvious this is more of a Camarilla gathering of sorts. So it's a bigger conference room. It's got some other individuals in here. And he has
I better drop it if we're going into any kind of Elysium type situation.
Good idea.
Not a bad idea. So he has he has the two of you wait at the back of the room, and there's some talking and whatnot. And most people here are a mix of like a couple look like they're high class or rich perhaps. There's several here that have just got like your typical jean jacket and you probably came in off the street sort of thing.
She leans over to Sophie and whispers right in her ear. I mean, right in her ear. So hopefully nobody can. I know it's heightened senses. You probably could, but she's hoping not. Do you have any status?
Do I?
Yes.
Look at your character sheet.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't have anything written down.
For a background?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I don't have any background in status.
Uh-oh.
I'm also not Cam.
They don't care. To them, you're errant children who need to be spanked.
Okay. True.
Hopefully, because we did not let the prince know you were coming, they will overlook this faux pas, as we were simply coming into town to deliver a package to one of my family, and we are leaving tonight. Hopefully, they'll be fine with that. You just accompanied me to keep me company. Because that's what we did. We delivered a package to a family member.
And I'd never been here.
No.
And
We're leaving tonight.
Ashland's been a little... It's nice to get a little change of scene.
Yeah. God, I hope they buy it. Okay.
So, as you, the sheriff comes walking back to you, and he says, "Well, the prince will see you now."
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we follow him.
He walks you to the front of the gathering of such.
Of course.
Nobody's making any grand announcements. Everybody's still like, conversing and doing their own thing. You're catching some eyes, like the side eyes, like who the hell are these two, sort of thing. And Montrose says, Prince Benedict, this is the Lady Darrow, and this is Ms. Giovanni. So he leans forward from his seat. He's got a business casual about him, which is a little peculiar. But he doesn't look like terrible. Hair done and whatnot, but he looks like he's probably just come out of the office.
And a casual office to boot.
Right. So he's got a button-up shirt. It's a little open. He's got slacks. He's got shoes, and but the shoes are not. They're not like what you would imagine somebody in a full like tailored suit and whatnot. They're just nice, office type shoes or whatnot. Not. He's paid attention to detail, but he's obviously taking comfort into consideration. And he says, ladies, what brings you to my city?
I had a package to drop off to a family member. And Sophie had never been up here before. So she just came to keep me company. We're leaving tonight.
Unfortunately, it would have been nice to see more of the city. I've never actually been before.
Oh.
Where are my dice? I'm going to need them, I think.
But you make a habit of not announcing your presence coming in?
I'm not Camarilla, sir. I don't usually think of that kind of thing. I apologize. That was my faux pas. I asked her last moment.
But she would know, Anarch or otherwise.
I wasn't sure if we would have the time, since our trip was such a whirlwind affair.
Well, that's too bad.
But I'm glad to make your acquaintance now.
Yes, of course. I am curious, though. I did have a question for you, since you just happened to fall into my lap. Do you know the whereabouts of Miss Gina?
Gina who? Oh.
Gina Neeson?
I do not know where she is at present.
Okay.
You want to roll your manipulation and subterfuge?
Yes, and I'm going to spend a willpower.
Can somebody please remind Becca who Gina is?
Gina Neeson, the cam that attacked us, the gold thing
that we killed.
Oh, that we killed.
I mean, like, I don't know where she is.
She had a Tremere with her, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the Tremere was the one that burned the hole through Colin.
Yes.
Yeah. I just keep my mouth shut.
I don't know.
I don't know anything about camp
Subterfuge
politics.
and
No.
subterfuge and what?
Subterfuge and manipulation.
All right, plus a willpower. Five.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nicey nice. Real cow.
Really? Well, I mean, you seem like a trustworthy sort.
Is she an acquaintance of yours?
She is, in her last report is rather peculiar. She said she made your acquaintance.
Oh, I'm not sure I ever actually spoke with her, actually.
True. There was a detail of, I guess, wood being stuck in your chest.
Yes. Rather unpleasant that.
Still no idea of her whereabouts? I mean, that's awfully a personal detail to.
I was not privy to the events of the evening.
Or your release?
I remember that part, but I did not
So,
see Miss Beeson.
do tell. I am curious. How exactly is it that you came to be, let's say, unstakified?
I remember being carried out of a basement and uh, taken home.
Hmm. Why don't you go ahead and roll again?
But that's what we did do. We took her out of the basement and took her home, and the cat was trying to eat her shoes.
And then I was proposed to later that evening. That's what I remember. And that is 0 successes,
Ah, fuck.
but not a botch.
But not a botch. Okay. Hmm. Well, that's a pity. I was hoping to catch up with her, and since, well, you two were the only individuals that I knew of that obviously I had direct access to currently that would have known about her whereabouts. And she's somehow magically still vanished. Hmm.
Miriam just stands there.
Well, the next time I find that you're in my city and you don't announce yourself, I will consider it extremely rude. I am
Understand.
pretty laissez-faire, but there are certain things that I do need to abide. As this city tends to have a lot of transients come through it, I tend to take a very dim view on those.
Of course. Our apologies, Prince. It will not happen again.
And should any details of Miss Gina and her coterie's fate um, ever present themselves to you or your counsel, and he looks to the both of you, do make sure that we're told of that. Again, we want to refrain from being rude and unpleasant.
Certainly.
Of course.
So I understand that you have some sort of schedule to keep. So and he kind of waves his hand. I won't keep you.
Thank you very much. The plane is actually waiting. I must get back home.
Of course, of course. Have a safe flight.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Turns around, walks off.
Okay. And flying back then, correct?
Yes.
Okay. We have gone 3 hours at this point, we'll go ahead and call it there before it goes too much further. With the duo flying home and Samuel with the cargo of doom.
Yes. And we got to do XP.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
yay.
yeah.
Because, okay, 10 XP. Woohoo! I think Rachel should still get it because she was working and she doesn't have that kind of time. And George did the picture.
Yeah, I want to see the picture.
Yeah, let's see it.
I let my hair go natural. Does that count?
Yes, you look beautiful all the time, Rachel.
Have I? Okay, I guess I haven't sent it to you all. I'll.
No.
Just hold it up to the screen
Okay.
and then send it to us.
Oh, is this of Samuel?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a little.
Oh,
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, he's cute.
Nice.
Very nice.
Good.
Good job. I take
that
that.
was really good.
Thank
And
you.
all the girls
You
just went,
say-
ooh, what's his
What's his appearance? Miss,
What's his
you
charisma?
just say you tap that?
No,
No,
I
I
said
said he's
that.
cute.
Oh,
No, I thought
Sorry.
I thought somebody said I'd tap that. And I'm just like, whoa,
That was
Miss
for
Montgomery is not here.
No, that was Missy's. That was just her oral obfuscate.
I mean, yeah, clearly.
Did she say she tapped that?
No, I might have been thinking of it and said it out loud, though. I don't know.
Quick, what's his appearance?
Exactly. Okay, that was the joke in our Street Fighter game, and I had a character. Her name was Miss Montgomery.
Ansley.
No, Ansley. You're right, Ansley.
Ansley.
Ansley, and it was a joke that it was like, all the guys, what's his appearance? What's his appearance? And soon it became a thing that one of the guys that played in the game, it's like you could hear him in the distance anytime she met a cute guy. Down, Ansley! So, yeah, it was funny.
So, let's go ahead and roll for XP. Any
Does
birthdays
anybody
in the month
have
of May?
Colin.
Colin's not a player.
Uh,
I
Nice try,
thought you
though.
meant Michael.
It's like, Colin.
I
can
don't
you
even
believe
know when Colin's birthday is.
his birthday is the 30th, and
I mean,
my,
that's actually...
my baby is going to be 18.
Oh, great. Kick him out. Yeah.
No, I am not kicking Colin out. He's the only one who actually, like, of my two children.
He's being a good
no,
boy.
He's being a good boy. I ain't gonna kick him out, but he is gonna get a job.
Okay, so
D4, right?
D4
Do you want
plus
me to
1.
roll? Do you want me to not roll?
No, you don't get to roll. Fuck that. No, I love you, but no.
Okay, fine.
So D4, and then we get the 10 XP.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I never get to roll XP.
Yeah, it's because you suck.
You
Oh,
guys made me roll it like the last couple of months, and it's no pressure.
this is true.
Y'all ready to see this? Oh, you can't see it on the thing. Let me send you a picture, Colin. Yeah. Okay, so I rolled a 3. So we'll get 4.
4. Cool.
And then we get the 10 for dressing up. And we all know Rachel would have done it if she didn't work so late.
I'm going to make a wig that has dreads, and for me, dressing up, I'll just pop it on.
There you go.
I think it's a great
Well,
idea.
didn't you already have that?
That's
No, I have the
Well,
dreads.
that was
That's my
actual.
regular hair.
Oh,
she's just going to do a wig, so it's easier just to pop it on and be in character.
gotcha. Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up. The next game is going to be Firefly, and that's on the 6th.
Yep.
And then the next game after that is Cyberpunk, which will be on March 9th.
March, huh?
May 9th.
May 9th.
Yeah.
That's an M word.
We're going back in time.
It's quarantine
Oh,
time.
got Huey Lewis, huh?
Yep. So hopefully you guys had fun. A whole
I
lot of
did.
stuff changed, and
Sophie,
yeah.
we didn't die.
I had been thinking for a while,
I came
what's
close in that
going on with
last part.
Adam?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I right.
I was gonna say nobody died, but I don't know about Eamon.
I'm currently in a crossover between like Driving Miss Daisy and like Friday the 13th. Like I'm driving.
No, I think
Yeah.
you're just in The Hitcher. If you've never seen that great movie, Rutger Hauer.
Oh,
no.
yeah. It's been a long
Oh,
time.
boy.
It was remade. Sean Bean was the Rutger Hauer character in the remake. It was pretty good too, but you gotta see the original.
Just not the same.
No,
When
not
you
the
said when you said The Hitcher, all I thought about was The Mighty Boosh. Have any of you seen that?
Mm-mm.
same. Mm-mm.
No. Okay. It's too long of an explanation. But, it's terrifying though.
Okay.
Funny but
Alrighty.
terrifying.
So with that, we'll go ahead and sign off. Thank you for all for watching. I hope you had a good time watching.
night.
Apologies for the problems with the
Night.
stream, but sometimes Twitch just doesn't agree with us. So take
Yep.
care. Have fun. We'll see you next time. Bye.